Welcome again. So today, January 2nd of 2026. It's crazy. And this beautiful decor in New York at some friend's house. I really like this background, by the way. And today I wanted to do some review of the best books for operational excellence. So I have my little list of 20 books, something like this, that will be really, I think, helpful for any business owner who wants to position their business for 2020 30, 2020 30, 2030. And yeah, that mode of building moat through operational excellence. Um, so go right into it. So this is the list of my books. As you can see, we have some list of books here. And so we have Built to Sell. In my opinion, this book is a C tier. Yeah, it's a book when you want to think about systematization and think and understand that if you want to sell a company, you need to have SOPs and that the business needs to run without you. But honestly, like you can just skip it. It seems like very obvious. 2 Second Lean. So yeah, this is a very good book in my opinion. It builds on the principles that are like quite tactical, help your business become lean and have a pull flow. Um, so yeah, put it in the B tier. Still, it's not best. Um, Critical Chains, Mr. Gora. I love work, but this book to me, yeah, I think the last edition was in '97. No wonder it wasn't re-edited. It's a good read, but yeah, not groundbreaking. So what we have next, we have operational excellence. This is an A tier. I think it really nails the concept of scalable operations that applies to retail operations, manufacturing. So I think it's a very solid book when it comes to understanding how to build systems that are scalable and help your business go from, let's say, 1 million of revenue per year to 10 and plus. Inventory management. Well. I would that as a B tier. Honestly, inventory is so important in construction businesses and e-commerce business, of course, manufacturing. So those principles are pretty nice. It helps you to decide between systems that are like the just on time. It's a great book. um, Kaizen Mastery. So what Kaizen Mastery? So this one is a C tier. Yeah, it's really focused on black belt, Lean Six Sigma black belt methodology. I mean, it's nice, but it's one of the most boring books there is. So if you really want to understand what is the 5S, what it means to manage projects as a black belt, this is a good book, but honestly not really revolutionary. Oh, Reengineering to Corporation. This is a D tier. Like it's one of the most destructive books that you can read. So you think that reengineering is nice, process reengineering, which is very helpful in some way. But this is like one of those books that you need to downsize your departments and fire as much as people, and actually created the industry that I hate, which is the industry of consultants paid to offshore a lot of like work that should be done onshore. So yeah, my hate list D. I'm hating this this book. Um, Scaling up, yeah, it's a really good book. This one has a one-pager strategic plan or something like this. It's really helpful. It's a great framework for you to kind of get very tactical when it comes to your um, small and medium-sized business. A big recommendation of a read. It has some like 4 pillars about people, cash. Well, I don't remember anymore. It's been years that I've read this book, but yeah, it's definitely a good read. Um, Small Giants. Small Giants, honestly, for me, it's also A tier because it goes against that common pursuit of growth just for the sake of growth that sacrifices the delivery and the obsession. And I think in the future, like we can't do that to go only about growth and marketing with an undifferentiated product. So for me, Honestly, it's almost an S tier, but I'll put it in A because it's a little counterintuitive, and yeah, it can make some people think that it's fine to have low ambitions. But as I always said, if your product and service is truly exceptional, you have the responsibility to be the best and the best, I would say, have the largest market share as possible. The culture code, I mean, it's fine. I will put it in a B. Yeah, nothing much to add there. It's more of a, okay, how do you make sure that you have create a culture within your business where your team really cares about the excellence and the good execution. Yeah, so it's not too bad. The checklist manifesto. Honestly, or C. Yeah, C. I mean, yeah, it's a great book. It really just helps you understand that to do a quality, you need to do some checks. And like essentially, it doesn't really help you create your specific checks for your business. But yeah, I mean, once again, it couldn't be an email. The E-Myth, yeah, this one, the first S tier. The E-Myth really introduces the concept of a business owner who one is a technician, two a manager, three an entrepreneur, and I think the fourth concept was about the franchise. So it's like build your business as if you wanted to replicate this business 5,000 times. So it's a very like helpful and practical guide how to do that. I think it really puts you in the mindset of you as the owner, operations manager, to really obsess how to make your business as scalable and repeatable as possible. It's fantastic. Oh, the goal. I think, yeah, this one is the book that had the biggest impact on my career. I read it in my studies in Polytechnique. So my professor of one of my classes said it was a mandatory read, and I'm so glad he said that it was. Yeah, just it teaches you the basic principles of what a bottleneck is, and that your value chain only goes as fast as your weakest link. And so it's a novel. It's a very easy read that has some emotional aspect to it, and I think a lot of like business owners can see themselves in that book. The machine that changed the world. Honestly, BC, I don't really know. Yeah, C, because it really applies more to like manufacturing, and it goes a bit into history. So it's like it's a fine read, nothing exceptional. Supply chain, a bit here. It's I think it really goes into that concept that I like about Galloway. That is, we enter the era of supply chain, where supply chains become the moat, and it's not only a cost center, but like your way to the global market. It's a good read, but yeah, I wouldn't go in depth. Okay, the next book that we have is Traction. Traction, honestly, it's one of the books. It can be an S tier, but it can also be an A. Yeah, let's go for an A. Traction is good because it really like it helps you understand the concept of you have to have the right people at the right place doing the right thing at the right time, and all those principles around yeah having the less waiting between activities, having your teams really collaborate is one of the best mental models to have in your head. So Traction, yeah, an A. The Toyota way, honestly, to me, it's an S tier. Why? Because, well, everyone knows Toyota, and the book is very tactical. Actually, I have it there on my desk. Yeah, I think they did. That's a 2021st year re-edition. It's really nice because it's a little bit modern, and like it adds a lot of depth into the service world. I have the old edition. But yeah, it's fantastic to understand the Muri, Muda, and anyway, those principles that really make your company excel in ops. It's a definite must read. Oh, Who Moved My Cheese? Funny name, right? But I would put it in the D tier. It's one of those books that I think you should not read and actually burn it because it gives you all the bad advice about, you know, if something happens and there's change in your business, just let it go and don't care. I actually read it with my brother in 2019. or 2018. It was quite a fun book to read, but it really gave me the worst advice possible. I was like, oh, so yeah, don't read that. I have two books left. Work the System. I mean, it's an okay book, C or B. The idea of the book is you don't want to optimize one department, you want to optimize the value chain. So essentially, what all the other books say. So I don't know. Still a good book, but yeah, I'll put it in B tier. Okay, yeah. And Lean Thinking, yeah, that's a good book too. I'll put it in a B. So we have a nice normal distribution curve. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow for another video. There's one video that I want to do. It takes a bit of time about the Swiss train system that influences me a lot. You will see that throughout my whole YouTube journey, I'm gonna be talking a lot about two countries specifically, Switzerland and Japan. That's interesting that both have those two colors. AnchorPoint doesn't have any red in its branding. Maybe we should add something. But anyway, if you like the videos and want to follow our journey and get some value from the videos we do, subscribe and see you next time. Peace.